In this video, you're going to learn the 11 signs that your man is cheating on you. And you're also going to learn 3 possible reasons why it is happening. So stick around, those signs are not very obvious. I'm Luba Evans, love coach and creator of Magnetic Woman Secrets channel. Please subscribe to the channel. I create a new video every week for you to make sure that this year is going to be the year for you to have the most happy, satisfying relationship in your life. Sign number 1. He spends a lot of time in the bathroom, much longer than before. So, for example, if a man is spending a lot of time in the bathroom, it might seem that he has a diarrhea or a constipation. Most likely, it is not true if it is happening every day. So most likely, he is sitting on the toilet and texting back and forth with someone that he has eyes for in the moment. So be very, very watchful of this sign. Sign number 2, that you're going to notice changes in his grooming habits. So possibly he is shaving all of a sudden his pubic hair, or he signed up to go to the gym, or maybe he spends time shopping for new clothes, new ties, new shirts. And you also notice that he's checking himself out in the mirror more than usual. Sign number 3. When he's around you, he's checking his phone a lot, and you almost feel like he's on a leash with his phone. Meanwhile, the phone has a password. So if all of a sudden he put a password on his phone, that is a definite sign that he's hiding something from you. Sign number 4, he starts to accuse you of sleeping around, being unfaithful, or flirting with other men. Why is it happening this way? Because first of all, that allows him to pass the guilt on you. So nobody wants to feel guilty. So they create sort of a case that it is you who is cheating and therefore he is innocent. Sign number 5. This is something that you just feel in your heart. If you feel that there is no real heart connection. And heart connection happens usually when people slow down, look with attention and love at each other. When a man would be asking you many questions about your life, your day, your desires, your fears. So if none of that is happening, and you feel that your heart is cold, and you feel maybe at times that you just want to cry for absolutely no reason, and that is not what's been happening before, that is a definite sign that he is cheating, or at least thinking about cheating. Number 6, all of a sudden, he is very busy at work. So if he's always been busy at work, disregard this sign. But if all of a sudden you feel that several times a week he has to work after hours, and that also he is not sure about his availability in the future, that is definitely a sign that he has taken interest to somebody else. Sign number 7, he encourages you to go somewhere alone. For example, to take a vacation alone, to go and take different workshops, to go and spend time with your girlfriends. So this is something, again, that he wants to, on one hand, if you're living together and if you are in a very tight relationship, then he just needs that time for himself. And if you're not living together, again, he wants to drop that guilt. He wants to think, well, she's having a great time. Yeah, I want to make sure that everyone is happy. This would be his thinking. Okay, so that's a definite sign. Number 8, he picks fights. And he picks fights again because he is creating a case against you. And in that case, he wants to tell himself that the relationship is not so great because you're not compatible. Since he's angry at himself for lying and for cheating, he's angry about the situation. Very often, he's going to take that anger on you, take it out on you. So if all of a sudden he started creating fights and picking fights out of nowhere, that is definitely a sign as well that he is cheating. Now, number 9, if he used to say, I love you with a certain frequency, and all of a sudden he stops saying that, that is definitely a sign that he is cheating on you, because the truth is nobody likes to lie. And for many men, they would rather be silent than actually express what it is that they're feeling. And often men, when they don't say I love you, this is almost like it's almost like a ticket out for him, where he can justify his behavior by thinking, well, I didn't tell her that I love her. I wasn't telling her that I love her. That means I was not lying. All right, so this is a very strong sign if he used to tell you that he loves you and all of a sudden he doesn't. Okay, sign number 10. He does not cuddle after sex, which means that he is avoiding true intimacy. He is avoiding exchanging love with you, even if he has still desire for you. Although, of course, if he is cheating, the desire usually would go down. So the frequency of his advances, the frequency of him going after you sexually, that is also going to fade out. And definitely cuddling after sex, he's going to start avoiding it as much as possible. And sign number 11, that you smell another woman on him. Now, sometimes you can just smell it out with your nose. You can just smell it, her perfume. Maybe you can see that his lips are kind of like bitten, or they look really voluptuous. You can smell a presence of another woman through his intonations. Maybe all of a sudden he starts using some new words, and those words are not some terminology from his work, but some words that come from kind of a different world, or some ideas that come from a different world. Let's say some men, let's say if they're cheating with a yoga teacher, or with a meditation teacher, or with somebody who is in the field of advancement of consciousness, all of a sudden might start coming in with those ideas to you and saying things like, why don't you do yoga? Why don't you meditate? And that is definitely a smell of another woman on a guy that you can sense. So also another woman sometimes makes a guy's eyes light up. If he's in the state of a hunt, or if he's in a state of a chase, you're also going to see it by his changing moods. And if his eyes were not lit up for a while of you being together, and all of a sudden his eyes are all lit up, he again is interested in life all of a sudden without any reason, that is definitely also a sign that he's cheating on you. So if your man is expressing at least 3 or 4 signs of what I've listed here today, most likely he really is cheating on you. Now, why do men cheat? This is a question that occupied most brilliant minds for centuries. Why do men cheat? So I have 3 reasons to share with you why men cheat. And while I'm sharing, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, Magnetic Woman Secrets, this is also a great time to subscribe. And also put in the comments below if you've ever noticed any of those signs of cheating from the guy that you've dated or the guy that you're with right now. So 3 reasons why he could be possibly cheating. Reason number 1 is that you are giving too much and he is just not ignited to chase you anymore. And he's not occupied enough with his passion, with his mission in life, with his purpose, and he needs to be entertained. He needs to be lit up. He wants to feel alive. And feeling alive for him means having an interest towards some woman who is escaping him and he is chasing. So if this is what's happening, that you really didn't do anything wrong, that everything was really wonderful, and in the middle of the blue, all of a sudden this guy is going after somebody else because otherwise he's bored and he doesn't have a purpose in life, the best thing to do is to start thinking about walking away from this situation, because the truth is you cannot give him his life purpose. He has to be lit up about his life purpose and his mission himself. And if he's not, he's just going to continue cheating his whole life, whether it's going to be cheating on you or it's going to be cheating on this other woman when she starts really loving him back. Reason why men cheat number 2. So this reason could be connected with your behavior towards him. For example, if you've been together for a long time and you started taking him for granted, and all of a sudden he runs into another woman, often a younger woman, who looks at him with admiration and makes him feel like a hero, makes him feel like the best version of himself, that is definitely a reason why some men cheat, especially men who lived, let's say, with their wife for many, many years and then started getting a little bit older or going through a midlife crisis, looking at themselves with new eyes, trying to feel good about themselves, and all of a sudden there is this young, beautiful thing that actually validates them. So there is a lot of temptation there. So in this situation, it is often possible to change your behavior and to start appreciating him much, much more. And in that situation, it is possible to bring him back home, to return his love. Reason number 3 why men cheat. So the third reason is that this man is just a womanizer. He's a polyamorous womanizer, and he is not capable of experiencing deep connection with any particular woman or even any particular being, that he values his freedom more than he values intimacy of a relationship, and maybe he doesn't even know what kind of gifts true intimacy and commitment can bring to him. So in case if that man is that polyamorous womanizer who just loves the feminine and cannot resist when some woman is seducing him, this is definitely a man that is not going to make you happy. And my recommendation is also to start walking away from that man as soon as possible. So if you're experiencing any of this and you feel like there is still something that can be done about this cheating, I highly recommend for you to get my course, The Bonding Phrases. That course is going to help you create deeper emotional intimacy with your guy, and it might not be too late. It is very possible that with the bonding phrases that I share in this course, you are going to be able to occupy his heart again and come in very strongly into his world, and I is going to change into we again. So thank you so much for watching. Please put a like if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the next video. This was Luba Evans. Stay magnetic.